So let's have a look at a hidden trap in percentage questions, the question that normally catches people out. So, question is as follows. A laptop costs $1,200 before tax. It is advertised as having 20% off, and then 10% GST is added to this discount price. So what's the final price? You might want to have a go yourself and see if you get the same answer or one of the answers available. But I'm going to show you what a lot of people do. They do the following. 20% plus 10% is 30%. Well, it says to add GST, so logical. 30% of 1,200 is 360. And then if we take away 360 from 1,200, we get 840. But then panic sets in because 840 is not one of the answers that are available to us. And the reason being that this is happening is we need to understand what compound interest is, okay, or compound percentage reasoning. So let's break it down with some easier numbers, because as soon as we use easier numbers, things make a lot more sense. Imagine we start with $1,000, okay? You've got $1,000 in your investment, and then I say happy days, not happy days really. Sad times, because 10% is being lost due to interest rates or so on and so forth. 10% of $1,000 is 100. So then we end up at the end of month one with $900. Not great, but everything seems okay because we take that $900 into month two, and then we are told that there's going to be a 10% increase, okay? Happy days, we're going to end up back at 1,000, right? No. And this is where the trick comes in. Because if we do 10% of $900, that's $90. So at the end of month two, there's our 900 we started with, and the extra 90, and we're at $990, which, sad times, we've actually still lost money. And this emphasizes why we can't just add the interests together and go minus 10%, plus 10% is 0, so there's going to be no change, okay? That is not how compound percentage reasoning works. We need to break it down into sections, pretty much. So let's apply this logic to the starting question. What we want to do is as follows. 20% of $1,200 is $240. I would recommend finding 10% and then doubling it. Okay, so take off a 0, 120, double 240. 1,200 take away 240 is 960. So notice how I have done the 20% off first, and now I'm going to consider the GST. I'm not lumping them together. Moving forward with the general standard tax. 10% of 960 is $96. And then when I add that on, so I'm adding the GST on, that gives me 1,056, which we can see is option B. So this highlights again why we can't just put our percentages together and then say is one thing we are done. We've got to take it section by section or event by event.